Did I mute it?
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the most interesting pentatonic song you'll ever hear on this channel.
All right.
I can't tell you how many times I've listened to this album, Mattias. It is... I get really obsessed when I get into something, and I have been overly obsessed with this album. So I'm glad you're here to share my my fetishization of Swedish Konnakol music.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, sir. I am glad you're obsessed.
Yeah. Tell us about this new album. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, what the heck? It's where do I begin? Phew. It started with the song called Primality. BC Manjunath from Bangalore, the most amazing BC Manjunath. If you haven't looked him up, please do. I've been a fan of his for a long time, and but I'm Swedish, so I don't contact anyone. I would never like bug a super duper hero of mine. Never at all. We don't do that, Swedes. We don't reach out. We sit here in the northern Europe, and we stick to ourselves. And all of a sudden, I had an Instagram message from Manjunath who said, "Well, everything seems to lead to you. I've been listening for such a long time to your stuff and everything, and we should do something together." And I was flabbergasted. I was like, "This is not right. I am the fan." So right away, I put the composer helmet on and I wrote Primality in 8916. And it was funny because we have BC Manjunath, which is five whatever syllables, and then you have Mattias Eklundh, and Eklundh means Eklund means one penis in Hindi. So it was hard to do a trade. He wouldn't do it at first. And I said, "Come on, man, it's not Eklund, it's Eklund. You can do it." So we did Primality, and we became good friends, and we could just brother from another mother, and all that stuff. And then the previous year, I started to work with Yogev Gabay, fantastic drummer and YouTuber extraordinaire. He became my right hand at the Free Guitar Camp, which is my annual guitar camp. This is year 28 that we're doing this summer. Could you believe that? Every year since 1999. Anyway, so Yogev was sidekick, and it happened so that he and Manjunath knew one another. And I said when we all got together in the Swedish Wood, we should start a band because we can do interesting stuff, I believe. Stuff that's not really been heard before, influences from left and right, and so on. And Yogev said right away, "I have the bass player for the job. There's only one guy that will actually nail this and also a wonderful person, and it's Lior Ozeri." And I said, "Fine, I trust you." So last summer we got together again at the camp, and I said, "I'm going to start composing." So I spent the entire fall and a little bit of the winter composing, and I said, "By March 1st I will present an entire album for you, and then you have 3 months to figure out what to do. By June 1st I need your files in order to have it finished for Free Guitar Camp this year." Because it's not only an album, it's also made to play and discover, new ways to think in different tonality and different rhythm, certainly different rhythm. So we have written everything down in notation and everything. So they had everything. Boom, 10 songs, March 1st. There you go. It was like, God. Lior said, the bass player, was just, I have to leave my girlfriend just to spend time with my bass and figure this one out. It was the hardest thing, and he's a skilled guy. And I didn't want to go just traditional classical Indian music with 8-string guitar. I wanted to try something else and also challenge Manjunath, but not for the sake of doing it, but more, how should I say, push it in different direction where it smells familiar, but it's really not. So we had many Zoom, Google Meet meetings where it's like, what, tell me what you think here. It's like, yeah, I would like you to do this and that. And I made notepad documents and so on. But I really wanted them to put their own fingerprints because they have wonderful fingerprints, on everything. I said, do what you want to. This is my idea. I did, play some basic drums and basic bass and so on, a little bit of Konnakol, even, like defrag and these songs where I sing a little bit primitive Konnakol, not like Manjunath, but guidelines. I want this and so on. And then they made it come to life, with their wonderful playing and attitude and fingerprints and personalities, so that's the short story, which is maybe long.
Well, I thought this is the most interesting new album I've heard. I occasionally get like new sounding music.
Yeah,
Panzer Ballet was one of those
yeah.
for me, and Freak Guitar, your first album,
Yeah.
back when I worked for Steve Vai, that was brand new. And I spoke to you on the phone very briefly back then. I was a
Oh.
receptionist at
Oh,
times
okay. The Favorite Nations.
at
Oh,
Favored
okay.
Nations.
Great.
Yeah. Anyway, that album blew my mind.
Mm.
And, all these years later, I'm hearing this one, and there's nothing like it. There is no, like,
Oh,
hard rock, if you want to call it, hard rock album with this Indian classical musician with
yeah.
this kind of rhythmic work. It is truly like a thing of its own. Grow your own mustache, as you like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
yeah. Thank you.
It
Thank
doesn't
you.
sound like anything else. It really is. If there is a new genre, of music, whatever this
Yeah, yeah.
is an
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
emerging new genre, and I love that it
Yeah.
is. It sort of has this like fractal nature. Like the more that I've listened to it, the more I hear, and the more
Yeah.
interesting it becomes. So
Yeah.
I just want to recommend for anyone who's watching the videos and watching each song come out, because it comes out this week, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. So if you're just watching these, don't listen once. Listen
Yeah.
3 or 4 times, because there's so much more going on than
Yeah.
you can comprehend. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges of this music, because there are these rhythmic sections that they're rooted in a lot of stuff that you've been studying, and so as
Mm.
Manjunath, you both have been studying for decades. So I'd love if you could maybe give a little primer for people who are going to hear this for the first time and go, "What's with this guy going ducky tiki?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what is that
Well,
about?
yeah. Well, Manjunath is, in my book, the best when it comes to Konnakol, and Konnakol is an Indian rhythm language where you pretty much imitate the sound of a drum. Instead of writing it down, you explain or whatever. It could be the mridangam, or it could be the kanjira or whatever. So you imitate the sound of the drum, and it's extremely clever, and it's fast, and you can do it slow, and there are a million ways to do it, and there's not right or wrong. It's very forgiving as well. When I hear Northern Indians do Konnakol, it sounds completely different than what they do in Bangalore, in South India, where Manjunath is from. So it's a fantastic thing. You don't have to like it, but you have to, in my book, realize what an extremely powerful tool it is. It's the tool to understand music. There is nothing quite like it. There are many tools, but this is the shit, so to speak. And for me, it's like everything is before and after Konnakol. I've always been interested in odd time rhythms and this and that. I grew up with everything from AC/DC and Kiss to Mahavishnu Orchestra. So for me, it's not been a problem to count to 11 or 17 or 33. But with Konnakol, it makes it musical, and it's groovy, and it just works, and you can do anything. It's a universe of its own. So for me to work with Manjunath, and Yogev is great with Konnakol as well, and Lior is into it as well. So we are all Konnakol freaks.
Okay, but
It sounds weird at first, yeah.
if it's a tool, what is it a tool for? Like, a guitar is a tool for melody
Yeah,
and
yeah,
chords. Like, this is purely spoken, a vocal technique.
yeah,
And what
yeah.
what is the tool? Because you're not
I
singing,
mean,
right?
yeah, well, we call it singing Konnakol. You don't talk Konnakol. Even though, I sing Konnakol, like defrag and root works, and so I sing it as a melody. Manjunath is doing Konnakol, the proper way. But I'm a Swede. I'm a pagan. I can do whatever I want to, and I have his blessing. But I mean, it's not a tool. You can see it as an instrument, but it's also an extremely helpful tool if you're struggling. So where am I? Or some smart guy in your rehearsal space, the saxophonist, wrote a song in 29, 30 seconds. How do you count that without being, how should I say, boring or too intellectual or stiff? With Konnakol, it grooves. That's the thing. You don't want to do math music. You want to have a groove. I mean, if you dig deep in this Resist the Erosion Freak Audio Lab album, as you said, there are many things happening, but you don't have to know that to listen to it. You can keep time all the way through the entire album. And that's what I've always been, shouting, that rhythm without a pulse doesn't really have a purpose. It's just something floating around in the universe. Just as if you have a scale and you don't attach the scale to harmony, a chord or whatever. You play a C major scale and you put an F, whatever, sus2 underneath it, it becomes Lydian, completely different sound than if you have a root in C and so on. So you have to attach the stuff to it. And so that's why when I hear a lot of, complicated music, or, hey, we're super duper tricky and so on, it's like, yeah, everybody's doing the same thing. I
Yeah.
want the pulse to, I want your grandmother, if you have one, to be able to hear it. I want your dog to groove. But if you want to play it and sing it, then you realize this is some nasty shit.
Yeah, I love that you say that because I write music myself, and I can't stand when it sounds like da 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 da
Yeah,
da da. It's like, oh, it's
we've heard that. Yeah,
right, exactly. And so I do
yeah,
everything I can to avoid that, just like you do
yeah.
with grow your own mustache. But
Yeah, yeah.
this
It's so
album,
easy to slip into that.
it
A seven is
is,
a takatibi takata takatibi takata, five is
yeah.
a takata takata. It becomes the same thing. But then you say, well, I dream of tetriminos is 115 16th. How do you count to that? Well, but it sounds like a gaming song. But when you
Yeah.
try to play it and keep track of where you have to have Konnakol. So just listen to it. Don't play it.
Yeah, and that's another thing I love about this album. It's there if you need it. Whatever you're looking for, you want the metal? Well, it's there. You want the
Yeah,
crazy rhythm? Well, it's there.
yeah,
You want the
yeah,
technical drums? You want the two-handed
yeah,
tapping? Everything's there.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
you can just put it on and listen to it, and it's just a fun,
Exactly.
beautiful album. All right, tell us about this
Thank you.
next track, People Ruin Beautiful Things.
Ooh, that's one of two extremely hard songs to play. It's a shuffle, it's triplet bass. It's super slow, but it doesn't sound like that at all. And when you play it, it's disgustingly hard to keep quarter note time for me. Yogev and Lior, well, Lior has a little bit of a problem. Manjunath is absolutely no problem, but they are grooving along. But what I do is di ki ta dum tarigirum ta di ki ta dum tarigirum ta di ki ta dum tarigirum ta tikinatum tarigirum times 3, and that's 34/4, but it's 6 tuplet based. And that makes it really hard because nothing is where it's supposed to be. And I sweep the chords, but it's like either too fast or too slow. It's a hopeless tune, but it's also my favorite track. So it's yeah, I don't know. It's a funky tune, but it's disgustingly hard to play. So just ignore that and listen to it, and just keep time. That's
I'm
it's
glad you
very hard.
mentioned that because as I've listened to the technique, because that's there too. If you want to be a guitar
Yeah,
technique nerd, it's on there.
yeah,
The
yeah,
precision of that first chord. Uh,
yeah.
as soon as I heard it, I was like, "Oh, that's not a strum." He's
No,
doing this is
yeah.
extraordinarily purposeful, and I was like, "Oh no, what am I gonna hear?"
It's it's really hard because it's building in tempo.
Yeah,
They're all the same, but then you have then you have to pick it, and then you have to sweep it, and you have to pick it, and it's just hopeless. But I wrote it, so I can't really blame anyone. But I think the thing is, which is so slippery, we wanted to make, or I wanted to make, very, very badly, that it was songs and not exercises, but it was that's why you are able to listen to it. It's so easy to go into tech territory and just go bonkers, being outrageous and crazy. That's super easy, but to do something with the purpose and still have the song intact, it's sometimes it's slipping away from me. I have to get it back in. It's like, ooh, I'm losing the song. Take this out. It doesn't make any sense. And that's really hard. It's a lot of kill your darlings involved all the times. Like, nah, this is just too much. This is ridiculous. Now it becomes wanking. Now it's just a show off thing. We need to keep the song on track. And that's really hard when you do unorthodox stuff that hasn't really been tried before. There are a million loopholes or whatever you say. I'm Swedish, so it's easy to slip. It really is. So, yeah.
Well, this album can be a great tribute to No Wank November since it's October 20th. Here we go. Next track. Some more easy
Easy
listening.
listening.
We
I
thought
was
the
just
same
about
thing.
to say it. Easy counting, the parallel rhythm in the center. It's so hard to just keep the original time. But I like it. I find it quite poetic. That's one of my that's why it's one of my favorite tracks. I don't know. It's doing something for me. And when I compose, I always look for a vibe, something that I how should I say that I get the energy all the way throughout composing and making. You made a great album, sir. Um, you
Thank you.
know how hard it is to actually finish something, do something from start to finish. And it's not just to sit with your guitar in your lap and play a G chord. There is so many bits and pieces that need to come together. And to make a good album is a different thing entirely. So it's tricky. It's tricky. But I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually very happy about it. So,
Well, I want to say that making a work of art and making a great album can be really hard to nail both. There's like a very,
yeah,
the Venn diagram overlap is
yeah,
very, very small. And this is an
yeah,
album that fits into both. It's musical, it's enjoyable, it's artistic,
yeah.
and it's, like I said, it's got everything you could be looking for. If you're
Thank
on
you.
this,
Thank you so much.
yeah, if you're a listener on this channel, like we've been around 11 years, almost 12 years,
Ooh.
featuring ridiculous music, sometimes extremely only art, and sometimes extremely, only technical, or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
that is,
Yeah.
weird. But this fits right in the bullseye, man. You really nailed it. how,
Thank you.
how do you
Thank you so
write
much.
how do you write this kind of music? When you said that you hold up for a few months, like, what is the
Yeah.
process? And obviously this isn't fresh, because if anyone's been paying attention to your YouTube channel the last few years, this
Yeah.
is an evolution of where you've been going. But how are you
Yeah.
composing this music?
I've that's a weird thing. A lot of people, do you have any making of or blah blah blah? And I don't document anything. I'm in my studio, which is I live in the countryside outside of Gothenburg, in the woods with my family, and my studio is just here in my garden, a separate building. And I take my cup of coffee in the morning, and I usually just what to do today, and I sit and play with the guitar, and I give myself time. I think that's the key word. I give myself time to get rid of all the licks. You pick it up and you play the same crap as everybody is doing. Yeah, yeah, my trademark licks. And then after maybe an hour or two, good things start happening. I may sit by the keyboard. I get tired of the guitar, and I start. There are a lot of keyboards on this album as well. They are really important. Lots of stuff. Dubbing the guitar, creating ambience. There are many, many, many things, as you said, going on. So there are tons and tons of keys, but maybe not in the way, a keyboard solo ish. It's structures and textures and stuff like that, and dubbing melodies. And so, yeah, one day I'll play you only the keyboards, and you will, oh, holy crap! There's more keyboards than guitar, but you can't hear it. So,
Well,
but little by little, I build stuff, and I don't remember how I did it. It just happens, and after a day I lean back in my chair, it's like, wow, you did something today, and I come back in the morning, I listen from start to finish. Yeah, well, this is okay, but here I took the wrong turn. Go back and fix stuff. So little by little, I build it and build it, build it. But there's no like process. I just let the universe come crashing, kind of. Whatever feels right is right. I take no consideration. Is this right or wrong, or will people like this? It doesn't matter to me. I want people to like it, and I'm really grateful for everything nice you say. But when I compose, I'm very free. I don't care if it's hip or trendy or this or that, or this is the snare sound you should use. I don't give a crap. It is what it is, and if you manage to groove along, it's like, yeah, this is it. And then you have all the other aspects of getting the files from different planets of the world with Yogev and Lior and Manjunath, and fusing all that stuff and making it work. So it's like, wow, and I chop things up and I move them around. It's like, this is too much. Manjunath, I'm going to take out your Konnakol here and put in this song. I will chop it up in a different tempo. This is enough for this song, and they are super cool. Do whatever you want to do. And in the end, it's like, yeah, okay, now it's working, you know. And some songs he said, I'm tired of my voice, I don't want to do Konnakol in this one. It's like, please go back to the studio. He just, you know, took an Uber to his place or whatever. Okay, I'll do something. Yeah, you have to be present. So it's a patchwork until the very end. I think even during mix, I was recording new things. I need a melody here with both keyboards and guitars. So it's a big mess, and then eventually you kind of you fix it. That's it. You lock it in. That's it. We have it. You know, it's bounced. I love when it's 24-bit wave files in stereo. You can't do anything about it. But then you have the mastering process, like, it's too loud, it's too low, it's too crispy, it's too annoying frequency. So there, again, but if you find the way out and you are happy about it, and I played it today in the car, and I was like, I like it. I like it very much. And that is the thing that means something to me. I want people to like it, and it seems they actually do. So that's great. And again, I'm really thankful for all the nice things you say about this quirky record. So it means the world to me. So.
All right, well, now I'm going to say a bunch of crap about it, because there's some real problems we've got to do.
Damn, I knew it. Okay, sorry.
No. So it comes out on the 24th, right?
Yes.
Right. And that's...
When will this be out?
Yeah, this will probably be out afterwards. So people can go to shop...
It's out.
Yes, it's out. It's fantastic. Go buy it.
Yes.
Shop.freakkitchen.com. And now, just because even I found myself a little bit confused, they're going to find this under Freak Audio Lab. Is that the name of the band?
Freak Audio Lab is the name of the band. We will have distribution as well, so you will get it on the big, you know, Amazon and whatever you buy your albums. I'm shipping a lot of stuff tomorrow as well, but I wanted to sell it first. We have shipped a lot of pre-orders, to my utmost surprise. It's been really all over the planet, you know. So that's been great. But now I feel like, I have a lot of product still, and I have a distributor. So I said, well, you take a bunch of boxes and you put it in the system, you know, so everybody can buy it around the planet. If you don't feel like, shipping from Sweden is expensive, then you can get it elsewhere eventually, maybe a couple of weeks from now.
Okay, great. Yeah, shipping from Sweden is expensive. I was going to ship a copy of... I wrote a new book, and I was going to ship it to a couple people in England, and it was $62 to ship 100 pieces of paper. So it's like, okay.
And now you can't, you know, we are in complete panic mode because you can't ship to the US right now.
Right.
You can, but they are just, we don't know what to do. Who's paying?
Yeah,
for
it might get returned. Manjunath Records, Leonardo Pavlovich,
you can't.
He got a pile of CDs. They were all paid for and signed. So it's like, what do you do? They're lost in the mail and returned. Yeah.
But that's actually our problem, because we have been doing this to you for a long time. If I order stuff from the US, you know, a month later, I had a lovely bill from FedEx or whatever, you know, in Sweden. So this will be sorted out eventually. But I was in the US last week and I brought products. So I have a friend shipping it from the US, my sneaky bastard. My entire Samsonite was full of vinyls and CDs. So for now, we can still ship a few copies in the US. So,
okay, great.
Well,
then I'm going to go find the US order and I'm going to buy my copy. All right, Mattias, thank you so much for joining us here. We're going to close on the... Oh, wait, real quick.
Yes.
I switched tabs in the middle of the video to go find this. In 2018, I did an interview with BC Manjunath as part of the percuss.io app video. So anyone who wants to hear our conversation where we went over a viral video of his that was like counting to 115 or something, visualized in percuss.io. Anyway, go check out that video. Otherwise, go to shop.freakkitchen.com to buy this new album. It is called Resist the Erosion by Freak Audio Lab. And we're going to listen to Fat Devil as we go. Any like 2-sentence thing you want to say about it before we go?
I'm just really grateful to be able to do this. Quite insane stuff, but lovely stuff as well. And I'm really happy you like it. It's an honor to talk to you, Mr. Garone.
Oh,
And you're a great guy. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. So check it out. Hope you like it. Eventually we'll take it on the road. So if there are like 2 zillion promoters out there who wants to get us on the road, it will be an unforgettable evening. We'll see. But thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, of course. All right, here's Fat Devil. Let's go. Utter ridiculousness.